Here is all the basic you need to know about lighting in Unreal Engine under 6 minutes. To learn effectively, lighting can be broken down into 3 categories: tools, concept, and applications. Tools refer to the types of light and how you can modify them in Unreal Engine. Concepts cover the principle behind how light interact with your scene, including factors like size, intensity, and color. Applications are the practical technique for combining tools and concepts to achieve specific results. Unreal Engine provides several ways to light your scene. Each has its strength. Point light. Point light emit light equally in all directions from a single point. You can adjust the autonomous radius to control the area affected by light. These are perfect for small localized sources like bulb or candle. Directional light. Directional light work as infinite light source, simulating sunlight or moonlight. Their rotation determine the light direction, and you can use shadow cascade or dynamic shadow distance setting to control the softness and quality of shadow. Spotlight. Spotlight emit light in a cone. You can adjust the inner and outer cone angle to shape the light beam and use intensity setting to achieve the desired brightness. Spotlight are ideal for focus lighting, scenarios like flash lighting or stage lighting. Rectangle light. Rectangle light emit light from a rectangular shape, useful for broad, even lighting like windows or screens. You can control the source width, height, and intensity for realistic illumination. Skylight. Skylight provide ambient lighting to your scene, capturing environment lighting and reflections. Pair it with an HDRI texture for realistic level illumination. Emissive material allow any object to act as a light source by applying a material with an emissive property, great for neon sign, glowing elements, or creative lighting design. Unreal Engine also include additional tools to enhance your lighting. IES profile. Simulate real-world lighting patterns such as those produced by specific bulbs. To use them, add an IES texture to a point, spotlight, or rectangle light and adjust its strength for precision. Volumetric fog lets you create atmospheric effect like fog, mist, or God rays by enabling volumetric setting in your scene. Post-processing or directional light. Light function allow you to apply animated or texture pattern to light, perfect for simulating shadows for trees, blinds, or other dynamic objects. Let's move on to the concept of lighting, the principle that help to control mood, composition, and storytelling in your scene. Placement and power. The position, angle, and power of your light define how the subject is perceived. Lighting from above mimic natural sunlight or overhead lights, while side or back lighting emphasizes form and textures. Lighting from below create eerie or dramatic effects. High intensity light draw attention to the subject, while lower intensity light creates subtle atmospheric mood. Distance and relative size. Light behave differently based on its distance and size. According to the inverse square law, doubling the distance of a light source reduces its intensity to 1/4, and smaller light produces sharper shadow, while larger light creates softer, more diffuse shadow. The shape of a light source also impacts reflection and highlight. Rectangular light provide elongated highlights, ideal for window lighting. The color or temperature of light affects the tone of your scene. Warm tones like orange or yellow feel cozy and inviting, while cool tones like blue or green evoke calmness or tension. In Unreal Engine, you can adjust the color, temperature, and tone of your lights using the light color setting in the detail panel for your light sources. To achieve accurate warm and cool tones, you can use the temperature setting. Contrast. Contrast is the balance between light and shadow. High contrast emphasizes dramatic differences, great for storytelling, while low contrast often transition for harmony in natural scene. Placement, intensity, size, and color are interconnected and significantly influence the final result. Here are some common temperature and power values that you can copy for your projects. Now we will explore some basic lighting technique and their variation throughout history. There are 3 main types of light to consider. Unmotivated lighting refer to artistic lighting without a visual source in the scene. Motivated lighting mimic a believable source even if it's off screen. Practical lighting refer to visual light sources within the scene like lamp or candles, grounding the shot in reality. 3-point lighting. Common setup include 3-point lighting, which has been used historically to illuminate a subject while adding depth. The setup include a key light, the main source placed at an angle to highlight the subject, a fill light, a softer secondary light to reduce shadow, add a rim light or backlight placed behind the subject to create an outline or glow, separating it from the background. High key lighting, traditionally used for cheerful or optimistic moods. Low key lighting, widely adopted for dramatic or suspenseful storytelling. Split lighting, where half the subject is in shadow, add tension and visual impact. Rembrandt lighting, known for its signature triangle of light on the shadowed side of the face, has been a favorite for cinematic or emotional portrait. Butterfly lighting, produces flattering shadow under the nose. Place the light directly above and slightly in front of the subject. Used for glamour or beauty portraits. Chiaroscuro lighting, inspired by Renaissance painting, uses strong contrast to add drama and mood. While these techniques are excellent starting point, don't focus on memorizing names. Instead, think about the emotion you want to convey and use your knowledge of tools and concept to adapt and experiment. The best lighting often comes from breaking the rules and finding what works for your unique vision.